Hi, I am Victory Nader, and I go to Keller Elementary. I chose my mom because she helped me get into student council and helped me to do something I will announce soon to help student council, and she's strong and compassionate to help me achieve my goals and help my progress for things like fractions and division that I used to be very, very, very terrible at. And now they're kind of hobbies, to be honest.
Hi, my name is Alda Dennis and I am a senior, and a woman that has always inspired me is Jane Goodall. I find her work revolutionary, and she's just always someone that I've looked up to and wanted to be like.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Rose. I'm in 10th grade. My grandma inspires me. She fled Egypt at a very young age. She was able to come here, build a life for herself. She fought breast cancer. She had back surgery all at the same time, and is still able to be like a really influential person in my life and a great grandma.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Kimberly Martin. I am the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Coordinator for Royal Oak Public Schools. A woman who has inspired me would be my fraternal grandmother. She lived to be 99, and she was born about 50 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation, so very close to slavery. But I just admired her so much for her tenacity at a time when she got married young and had 2 kids. Obviously one of them was my father, and that wasn't working out, so she took her 2 sons and came up to Michigan, which is where my story begins. And so I just admire her raising 2 boys alone, being sort of a feminist before that was a thing, not thinking that she had to stay with a man in order to survive, and her unwavering faith as well inspired me. So Grandma Gibson in heaven, thank you for inspiring me.
Hi, I'm Hadley Miller, and a person who influenced me is Naomi Wolf. She is an American author and feminist who once said, "Pain really gets real when you get the other people to believe in it. If no one believes in it but you, your pain is madness or hysteria." This really means something because I'm very passionate about gender equal rights, and finding other people who think the same thing means a lot to me. And her words inspire me to keep believing in what's right. That's why I chose Naomi Wolf.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Nipper, the principal from Northwood Elementary School. A woman who has inspired me from a young age is Helen Keller. Her strength and perseverance in life are an inspiration to me. Although she had many physical challenges, she refused to allow them to hold her back. She overcame many obstacles in her life by refusing to give up and by defying expectations that people put on her. She not only overcame her own obstacles, but inspired generations as an activist for disability rights. Whenever I think something is just too tough to tackle, I remind myself of Helen Keller's strength and perseverance.
Hi, my name is Kate Wischman. I'm in 10th grade, and a woman that inspires me is Nicki Minaj. She inspires me because she is very, not just musically talented, but she's also like an advocate for staying in school, and especially women, because at such a young age, she was never really given the option because her and her family immigrated from Trinidad, and so she just encourages all of her fans to stay in school and work hard and get their dreams, which I really appreciate, and it boosts me through school and just keeps me going in life.
Hi, my name is Katie Lynch. I'm a senior, and 2 women that I really look up to are Miss Malden and Miss Gutierrez, because they have both proven that they have mastered the art of writing and speaking, and I think those are really good talents and powers to have, and it's something that I strive to work towards in my life a lot. Another woman that I really look up to is my mom. She's a teacher, and she's been a teacher for a long time, but I know that the pandemic has really taken a toll on her, especially since she switched schools and was trying out a new grade this year. And something that I've always appreciated and thought was really cool is that she maintains this really distinct balance between her work and her life. And I think that especially with women, that's something that's really hard to do, and it's not always the standard. And I think that she has always taught me to keep those 2 aspects of your life separate and be able to have time for yourself, and I think that's really cool.
Hi, my name's Krynak. I'm an assistant principal at Royal Oak High School, and a woman that inspired me, I have to say my mom, and the reason being is because when I grew up I had a lot of male influences because there were a lot of my coaches. I had a lot of male teachers, other than probably elementary school. So I would, and the reason I say my mom is because we didn't have a lot growing up. I was the youngest of 6, and we didn't have a lot of money. So my dad worked. My mom was, the housewife. She never worked while we were, from the time she got married till she had kids. And so she always taught us to appreciate what we had. And then, so growing up, it was kind of like if I wanted something, I had to pay for it. So I learned work ethic and kind of what's really important. And so I didn't feel like I didn't have much growing up. So if I had friends that had something, it didn't bother me. But I also, as soon as I turned 16, I got a job. I played sports, but I worked every weekend. I wanted a car. I paid for my own braces. So, it was things like I wanted that they couldn't help me with. So that some kids just take, for granted. So her and my dad just taught us, if you want it, then go get it. And I've got 3 degrees. I'm very successful. And I just think all the time she would say, well, if you want it, go do it.
Hi, I'm Lydia Dalton from Keller Elementary, and I chose my mom's best friend because she's very nice, compassionate, she's strong, and definitely not afraid to be herself. She also has a good sense of humor. If she's a friend of my mom's, she's a friend of mine.
Hi, I'm Marcy Dryden. I'm the principal at Keller Elementary in Royal Oak, and the most influential woman that has been in my life has been my mother. Mary McClellan is her name, and she was a very compassionate woman. She was very stern as a parent. She was also a single mother of 4 girls, and what I learned from her is her hard work ethic, and that there's nothing that I could not do as a female that any male could do. So I would think that growing up with my mom being who she was, always making sure that I could do whatever I wanted to do, is definitely one of the reasons why I'm in the position that I am today. I often feel that the way my mom treated me growing up is the same thing and the same way that I teach and support my students here at school. Knowing that I'm compassionate and care about them, but also making sure that there's routines and that really their best interest is what I have in heart. So for that, the most influential woman throughout my life is definitely my mom.
Mary Beth Fitzpatrick, Superintendent of Royal Oak Schools. It's probably not one woman that has inspired me. I'd say several in my family. My mom is one of my strongest role models. She did a lot for us growing up as kids that, looking back now, I know she made some sacrifices to make happen for my brother and my sister and me. And I would say my aunt, who's a teacher, that inspired me to be a teacher and a leader and a math teacher. And my grandmother, who lived late into her 90s and saw so much of the world and so much through history, and she passed those stories down to all of us. And I think their contributions make me the woman I am today.
My name is Zoe. I'm in 11th grade, and I think Brie Larson has inspired me the most because she's faced a lot of now I wouldn't even call it controversy, she's just faced a lot of backlash and a lot of hate for playing a strong female character, and she hasn't really become a more bitter person because of it. She's stayed positive and she's stayed happy and supporting others, and I feel like that's just something that we could all use right now.
My name is Zora Engalan. I'm a senior, and the woman that inspires me the most is my mom, Dr. Stephanie Jules. She is a genius, and she has 5 degrees and has taught every age from infant to college.
Hello, I'm Karen Powell, and I am the supervisor of adult and alternative education here in Royal Oak Schools. It was really difficult to choose one influential woman for this video. What I've come to realize is that if you're lucky in your life, you will have many influential people come in and out of it. These individuals come into your life sometimes just at the right time, and others, you realize the impact that they've had after the fact. So to choose one was difficult because I will say I am one of those lucky people and have had many people who have influenced me both in my professional and my personal life. Today I'm going to talk about a relatively new person to me since joining the staff here at Churchill Community High School, Mary Gwen Stange. It was obvious that MG, as we call her here, has a passion and dedication to both the program and the students as soon as I started. She's a unique ability to work with others that allows students and people to have their voices heard and their stories told. She listens with patience and without interrupting or judgment. She is always thinking of others and finds ways to make each person feel seen and special. MG takes an individual student where they are when they walk through our doors. She shows all students that they can learn, improve, and be successful. Students' pride and confidence grow as they continue to work and learn from her. MG's influence has revived my compassion and dedication to both my students and the craft of being an educator. She shows all who know her the difference one person, one moment, or even 1 minute can make in a life.